I can brush off all the germs.
Yes, sir.
That's the first thing I do. One of those fine. You don't want any fine. You don't want any fine because the fine, and then you get a little bit.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Madison County Board of Commissioners Agenda Setting Work Session December 4th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Commissioner Adams is currently on vacation. He is in Disney World. He is on Zoom with us tonight, in case anybody was wondering where he was at. Chairman's report. I don't have much on the chairman's report because we just had a meeting last week. A couple things I want to touch on is this past Friday night for Colbert, City of Colbert's Christmas tree lighting, and also the Christmas lighting in Comer and the Christmas parade in Comer. Well done, gentlemen and ladies that put that on. This coming Saturday, we'll have the Danielsville Christmas parade and Christmas lighting. Please come out, support your local vendors, enjoy the community event. I think that's about all I had, because we had all that other stuff last week. So anyway, public business involving guest groups and multiple visitors. Any? Public hearing on zoning matters. Mr. Canova Scott, please.
Sir, good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening.
Evening.
Okay. Have quite a few, so I'll try to make this as brief as I can. Number one, Tim Davis with Tower Source LLC, applicant for Paulette James, is requesting conditional use to allow a 250 cell tower to be erected on the property. Property is located at 951 Hammond Williams Road in Danielsville, map 42, parcel 78, District 2. There was no input from the public for or against. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 7-0 to approve.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Davis, are you in the room? Reese, anybody with Tower Source in the room? All right. Anyone here to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Before we start, Christopher, I've got a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because of the 290 feet, would it meet all fall radius?
Yes, sir. It's met all the setbacks and fall radius for the
That's all I
site.
need. Thank you, bud.
Yes, sir.
With that, I'll entertain a motion, gentlemen.
This conditional use permit be approved as presented.
Have a motion by Commissioner Chandler. Second by Commissioner May. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none.
Yes.
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 Motion carries.
That was loud, sorry, Denny.
Number 2, Cheryl Foster, applicant for the Happy Seagraves Estate, is requested to rezone a 2-acre portion of her mother's estate from A1 to R1 to split off for inheritance purposes. The remaining 38.10 acres will stay in A1 zone. The property is located at 3741 Moons Road, Church Road, Danielsville, map 28, District 1. No input from the public, either for or against. The Planning Commission voted 6-1 for approval.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Foster. All right. Any representative besides Ms. Foster for the Seagraves Estate? All right. Anyone here to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I make a motion that this be approved.
All right. Motion by Commissioner Adams,
Second.
second by Commissioner Doster. Gentlemen, any discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner May.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Motion carries.
Number 3, Dave and Cindy Poole are requested to rezone their 10.94 acres from A1 to AR to allow a 4-acre split for her son's home site. Property is located at 0 Highway 174 in Danielsville, map 49, parcel 95-01 in District 4. There was no input from the public, either for or against. Planning Commission voted 7-0 to approve.
Thank you, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Poole?
Right here.
Yes, sir. You like to add anything to that, or are you comfortable with
No,
that?
that is true. My son wants to, and his wife, and their 2 babies move on my property. Well, split, so he's my son.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone here to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
A motion by Commissioner Kirk,
Second motion.
second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Derek?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Scott?
The next one was for Byron Sexton, requested to rezone his 11.18 acres from A2 to AR. Mr. Sexton did not show up for the first public hearing, so therefore it was considered a withdrawal.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. The next one was Larry and Joyce Phillips, are requested to rezone their 15.5 acre from A1 to AR to allow 2 splits for a total of 3 tracts. The property is located at 898 East Commerce Road in Commerce, map 3, parcel 4 in District 1. There was no input from the public, either for or against. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 7-0 for approval.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. and Ms. Phillips here. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, sir?
No, sir, it's my son and I, that's where we were divided, so we could have them there to take care of us down the road.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else here in favor of? Anyone here in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that this request be approved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Adam. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kirk. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries, sir. You're good.
All right. David Russell is requesting to rezone a 12.08 acre portion of his 65.46 acres from A1 to A2 to allow it to be split to give his son a home site. The remaining 53.38 acres will stay in the A1 zone. The property is located at 1008 Wagner's Grove Church Road in Cobbett, map 72, parcel 39, District 5. There was no input from the public, either for or against. Planning and zoning voted 7-0 for approval.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Russell, anything you'd like to add to that, or you're welcome to?
Just as it's read, it's right there.
All right, thank you, sir. Anyone else here in favor of? Anyone in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Doster, second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen?
I did have a question, I failed to ask it earlier. On the application, it talks about a well easement. Is that, with this parcel being cut off, is the well easement contained, or is it, I'm just trying to see what,
Yeah, the well will go with this property, the 12 acres.
all right, so the easement will move over, and therefore it won't be an easement anymore, it'll be standalone. Okay, I'm fine with that, thanks. Sure,
Yeah, thank you for the clarity. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Commissioner Chandler.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Motion carries.
Okay. Lisa, and y'all excuse me, Mr. Price is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of her 32.41 acre from A1 to AR to allow it to be split for her son's home site. The remaining 28.41 acres will stay in A1 zone. The property is located at 2322 Holman Alfred Road in Danielsville, on map 42, parcel 18 in District 2. There was no input from the public, either for or against. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 7-0 for approval.
Thank you, sir. Is Miss Lisa here?
Yes,
How do you pronounce that? I'm sorry.
bye.
Bice? Okay, Miss Bice. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
That's okay. We're used to it. No, that's pretty much everything. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Anyone else here to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
This rezone, we approved this presented.
Motion by Commissioner Chandler to approve.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kirk to approve. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Dennis is on it, ain't he? Okay, Mr. Scott.
All right, Christy Taylor Wine is requested to rezone a 5-acre portion of 41.28 acres from A1 to AR to allow it to be split to be gifted to the son. there was a problem, not a problem, but there was something the applicant needed to do in order to get it where it could pass. So that has been postponed and rescheduled for, I believe, December 19th? December 19th public hearing. So that one will come back. We're not going to take any action on this one tonight.
I think it's January 16th, according to this. Is that?
Yeah.
January 16th.
January 16th, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
January 16th.
No problem, sir.
Okay. All right. Elisa Anglin is requesting to rezone her 2.36 acres from A1 to R1 to allow the property line to be adjusted to take a 0.21 of an acre from this parcel to add to the adjoining R1 property to obtain ownership of a well. The property is located at 305 Lightfoot Carey Road in Danielsville on map 36 in District 2. There was one person that came, Mr. Tony Winters, the adjoining property owner, and spoke in favor of this rezone request. It all came about because of when they sold some land, they made a mistake, and they're trying to correct that. The planning and zoning voted 7-0 for approval.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Anglin, I'm gonna hold up just one second. That text message was from the Tim Davis. He is stuck in a traffic jam on 85. I'm gonna reply back that his rezone has already been taken care of. Sorry about that, Ms. Anglin, but if he's stuck in traffic, I don't want him to continue on when we've already heard it. All right. Ms. Anglin, is that represented well enough?
Yep.
All right. Anyone here to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone here to speak in opposition to this rezone request? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
This request is approved as presented.
A motion by Commissioner Chandler. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Kurt. Any discussion, gentlemen?
For procedural question, I guess. The motion, the applicant says that they're gonna attach it to the adjoining property. I understand that. I have no reason to believe that won't happen. But from a procedural standpoint, does that need to be a condition of the motion if we want to confirm that it's going to, will not be a standalone lot?
I've always recommended that because otherwise it'd be a non-conforming lot, it'd be small.
All right.
Accept that condition.
Does everybody understand the condition? All right, with that being said, the motion is presented with the condition from Mr. Doster, and therefore, Mr. Kirk, it's on you.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen. Did you all understand that condition?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, 10 and 11, we're taking up as one. Map 2 with Woodland Asset Management applicant for the Gaber Heirs Family Partnership is requesting to rezone their 591.91 acres from A1 to A2/R3 to allow a golf course and a clubhouse to be constructed and operated on the property and for a residential development. The property is located on 0 Howard Road, Hull, on map 18, parcel 39 in District 1. After Mr. Coutu spoke to the planning and zoning, we felt like we did not have enough information to hold public hearing. It was voted on by the Planning and Zoning Commission 7-0 to postpone the public hearing until December 19th. We also, asked Mr. Kasu to come to our business meeting tomorrow night so that the Planning and Zoning would have the ability to ask him questions prior to the public hearing. So therefore, this one has been postponed until December 19th, so we don't have a recommendation tonight.
So before you move on, the discussion and expectation at that meeting was that the Board of Commissioners would vote here to postpone your public hearing until, January 8th, is that right?
January 8th, yes.
Yeah. So we would need a vote to do that.
I will move that we do postpone any action on that till our January 8th meeting.
Have a motion by Commissioner Chandler for postponement.
We need to vote to allow the postponement of the hearing.
Yes, Commissioner Chandler just made that motion to
I'll
postpone.
second that.
All right, I have a
I'll
motion,
second that.
motion by Commissioner Chandler, with a second by Commissioner Adams. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. I think it's on you, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And that should take care of 10 and 11. Number 12, Alex B. Allen is requesting to rezone a 6-acre portion of his 178.63 acres from A1 to AR to allow it to be split to sell to adjoining property owner for a desired privacy buffer. The remaining 172.63 acres will stay in A1 zone. The property is located at 0 Jameson Road in Hull on map 29, parcel 87 in District 3. There was no input for or against. The Planning and Zoning Board is 7-0 to approve.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Allen, is that, you comfortable with that, or we like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right. Notice you must be doing a good job, sir. Oh, yeah. All right, anyone here to speak in opposition of? Anyone here to speak in favor of? Hearing neither, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that this request be approved as presented.
I have a motion by Commissioner May, second by Commissioner Kirk. Any discussion, gentlemen? All right. Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
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 Good to go. Thank you, guys.
All right. David and Tony and Tracy Dove are requested to rezone their 5.66 acres from AR to A2 to combine with the adjoining property for a total of 16.80 acres for tax purposes. The property is located at 3984 Wildcat Bridge Road in Royston on map 89, parcel 3 in District 4. There was no input from the public for or against. The Planning and Zoning recommended 7-0 to approve.
Thank you, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Dove, y'all, either one of you comfortable with what he presented? I'm good with it.
We're good with it.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's
I
just
saw
like,
that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good with it.
All right, anyone here else to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none.
We're gonna do our board. I was wondering, is it one, are they together, 13 and 14 together?
I don't see a
I
reason.
think we did them as separately.
Mike?
Well, you can do them together, but you'll need to back up and reopen the public hearing, so.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just
Okay.
All right, so if there's no other discussion, gentlemen, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kirk,
Second.
second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion?
I'm gonna ask the same question I did, that the applicant suggested it was gonna be attached to another property, so that's gonna be a condition of the motion.
All right,
I'm asking that.
I will accept that, yes, so we make it a condition of the motion, just the
understandable. You agree with that? There's a second? All right. Any other discussion, gentlemen? It's on you, Dennis.
Yes.
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 All right, motion carries.
Okay. Last one. David and Tracy Dove are requested to rezone that 11.14 acres from A1 to A2 to combine with their adjoining property for a total of 16.80 acres for tax purposes. The property is located at 4040 Wildcat Bridge Road in Royston on map 89, parcel 2 in District 4. There was no public input for or against. The planning and zoning commission voted 7-0 for approval.
All right, thank you, sir. Again, you're good? All right.
Good job.
Anyone else here to speak in favor of? Anyone here to speak in opposition of? Hearing none, we'll close the floor, bring it back before the board, entertain a motion, gentlemen.
I make a motion to approve as requested.
Motion by Commissioner Kirk,
Second motion.
second by Commissioner Childs. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none?
Same.
Yeah.
Same condition.
Yes.
Sorry. We keep reading that
Sorry,
condition.
I forgot that. That's all. I meant to say it.
Okay.
To be pedantic, that one actually wouldn't have to have it, because that lot is already over 10 acres, so it would not create a non-conforming lot.
Okay, thank you.
But if you want to make.
Let's don't break the streak there.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I just want to make sure.
So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, it's on you, Terry.
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes.
Motion carried. All right, time to lay down there in Tampa.
Yep.
All right. Well, that concludes the rezone request for tonight.
For the record, I'd like to make a statement.
Yes.
Not that anybody did anything wrong, but I think our package that may have been published may have had one of the extras on there, so the numbers, if somebody's going back, correlating numbers that were presented to what we voted on. So I don't think anything needs to be redone. I just think that we need to put a note in the record saying that the number of on the agenda items may have been different than the
So,
designation of the vote.
yes, my agenda packet numbering is different than your agenda packet numbering, but I can mirror those. So when they get to my office, the ones that don't make it to BOC, I just pull them out.
So if somebody watches a video or somebody's watching or listening at home tonight,
Yeah.
there was a little disconnect there.
Well, the packet that's available to the public is numbered to this agenda. But I do see what you're saying, and I can make that adjustment.
All right. Old business, consider intergovernmental agreement for the administration of enforcement of the state minimum code for construction with the city of Danielsville. Christopher, everything has been completed. The city of Danielsville has voted,
Yes, sir.
and it's on us now to accept, correct?
Yes, sir. That's my understanding.
And we're comfortable with accepting such task.
Yes, sir.
All right. I should have said Eddie.
As long as we get me some help.
All right.
This will include all the fees as we just recently got.
Yes, sir. If we inspect them, we charge them.
And just to be honest, when the mayor contacted me about it, it's mainly because it's really hard to find now an inspector, an outside source. I think they were using a company out of South Carolina, and just trying to get them here and keep them on time became a headache for them. So at one time, we did do the cities, and Eddie was gracious enough to say, you can get me some help, which we're planning on anyway. In January, he'd be more than happy to do it. All right. I entertain a motion, gentlemen.
Will we approve this intergovernmental agreement? This is items in agenda item 5 as presented.
I have a motion by Commissioner Chandler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Doster. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Commissioner May.
Yes.
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 All right, thank you. We'll let them know in the morning. Consider selecting finalists for negotiations of contract for land use ordinance rewrite.
Yeah, so we put together, the Board of Commissioners put together a committee, and everyone participated. We did 3 Zoom interviews. Mr. Canola Scott was in the interview, 2 commissioners, and Gary Harvin, the county surveyor. So we conducted those 3 interviews with each company, and I believe the committee comes to a recommendation. Mr. Chandler?
Yes, the consensus of the group, unanimous consensus was to select CPL Architecture, Engineering, and Planning. The proposal price will be different, because we asked them to amend that for legal services. But other than that, they were short, and that didn't make any difference as far as their selection. But that was the group that unanimously selected. So I'll make a motion that that's the group that we extend the opportunity to do our code evaluation rewrites.
And that motion will be just to approve the company, and then once we get the contract, we'll have a motion to approve that contract, right?
Yes, sir, that's right. Actually, I was gonna ask at some point what the next step would be. Does anybody know, are they going to send the contract for us to look at, or do you know?
I'll reach out to them and
Okay.
kind of let them know what we're expecting or requiring, and I'll get with the committee to narrow that scope of work, so that scope of work is in the contract for you to approve, and then bring it to the board.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you to Canolas and Gary Harvin for helping with that process.
So do we need a second?
Yes, sir.
I'll second.
All right, have a motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner Kirk. Any other discussions, gentlemen?
On being in the throes of this on my day job, I do appreciate everybody that took the time to submit something. It takes time and energy to do this, but in reading through it, I appreciate the committee's response, and I support the recommendation.
All right. With that being said, Commissioner Kirk?
Yes.
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 That's a better consideration than the college playoff bowl game. Just saying.
Well, I was hoping you were gonna text that guy and say, bring supper with you.
Yeah, that would not be a bad idea. Consider awarding seal bid for the sale and removal of the Strickland House. Gentlemen, we had 1 seal bid come in on the Strickland House, and it was from Trip Strickland in the amount of $5,000. He was the only bid we received.
Yep, and if the motion could read to award the bid and the agreement attached. So the agreement goes through what we put in the sealed bid ad for removal and that process, and those deadline requirements.
All right. I'll entertain a motion, gentlemen.
Move this bid be approved as presented with the agreement.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner Doster. Any other discussion, gentlemen? The only discussion I have on this part is I'm glad that this went as smoothly as it did. Tripp has done a really good job at bringing some of the older places back into current standards, making it look like it did when it was originally built, and I'm excited to see what this looks like when he's completed with this project.
Will we stay in the county?
And we'll be staying in the county. Now, with that being said, Commissioner Doster.
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
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 I'm looking forward to seeing it. Looks like it's complete. Consider approving a contract and resolution with fire training structure facilities. Butch, you have anything to add to this that we need to know about other than for this contract?
No, sir, we've been working with Christine and Mike to put the information together, and they're ready to move. We have spoke with them, and they're ready to move forward when we are.
All right.
In your package, you'll also see there's a resolution attached, and this is just extra things that Mr. Pruitt put together to cover the county on procedural.
Just the standard things about, maintaining the insurance for the, you can read through it, but it's all pretty standard. I had a chance to go over it with Chief McDuffie, and he thought it would be okay with them.
All right. With that being said, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion.
I make the motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kirk. Second by Commissioner Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen?
Can you remind me the timeline?
7 to 9 months on the build. I actually spoke with the surveyor today. They were getting the survey done for the layout for the platform for the structures and stuff like that today. So the property's been cleared. It's coming along. I would hope to see the facility in place by the end of the year, maybe early, September, October timeframe. This coming year. Pardon?
2024.
2024, yes. All right, we're not quite to the end of the year yet. Yeah, we really do appreciate the support, all the firefighters I spoke with, and especially with chiefs, of course, but firefighters, they're really excited about the prospect of having a fire training center here locally where we don't have to travel somewhere else to actually do live fire training.
It's a lot of cost savings.
It is.
All right. I think it's excellent. All right. Any other discussion, gentlemen?
I have just a few questions. Sure. My understanding is this property will stay in the county's name, and this building will stay in the county's name, and we'll do an MOU at some point before the construction's finalized with the fire department, or?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we might actually just, we have a standing agreement with the fire departments. We might just add this to it.
Okay.
That, they're basically in control of this and use it for their purposes.
Okay. I just want to be sure that we let Gary know, so once he files that survey, it's filed in the correct name.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
going to call you today. I don't know if he got in touch with you or not.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
That'll stay in the county's name, and that'll be another, when we do the insurance renewal in August, we'll need to add that to the property list.
Yeah.
All right. Commissioner Adams.
Danny, it's on you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I'm excited about this.
We are too. Thank you, guys. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, pass it along to the firemen. We appreciate all of it.
I will, sir.
Discuss animal control department structure ordinance amendment. Hang on 1 second.
I think we put them together.
Yeah, okay. Go right ahead. Yes.
Time to print these out. Mr. Adams, I tried to take a picture and text it to you. I don't know if it came through or not.
I've got it, yes.
You know how you want to do it?
Yes, I do.
The proposed plan is everything stands at this point in time, with county employees and the departments. Taking in the consideration from the last time we met, I know Commissioner Chandler said to incorporate it in underneath the umbrella of code enforcement. So in that regard, animal control, as proposed here, would fall underneath code enforcement. That would also allow us to reduce our proposed budget from $117,000 to under $100,000 in pay. We wouldn't be looking at even a part-timer with that position, and staff's recommendation, instead of 2.5 people, would be 2 full-time officers coming in. Animal control, on top of running calls, which have been coming in like wildfire here lately, it feels like, would not only be handling animal control and animal patrol in the county as well, but if we did have, for some strange chance, a downturn in dog calls and cats and bats in the attic and everything else, they could back code enforcement, and since they're already out in the field, being able to put more eyes out there for community safety. And at the same time, as we're trying to help Eddie out, we do have one code enforcement officer who holds the title of field inspector that assists in building inspection. That would then allow us to free him up to help Eddie even more. With building inspections, trying to incorporate the entire picture into it. And then with the animal control ordinance, okay, that one. I went through, it hadn't been looked at in close to a decade. We had to change just a few things in it from our fees, which were astronomically low for boarding and housing, canines in particular, as well as a few state amendments. Those should be in yellow, the OCGA codes. Those refer to the state codes that we have adopted through the animal control ordinance.
So everything in yellow would be an addition to
Everything in yellow, that's in y'all's packets are the fees and the times. I wanted to make sure that y'all had that highlighted. It seemed to be the thing that stood out the most, as far as questions go. It's how long we have to hold the animals, how much we can charge, and the process after the county has assumed responsibility of the animal, the process we have to go through to enter euthanasia under the state's laws. And so I wanted to highlight in that yellow just to help draw your eye to the numbers and the more pertinent information.
That's what is currently in the ordinance.
Okay, but it shows changes in red, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this will go into effect January 1, 2024, correct?
This would be my hope, yes, sir. There was a lot of...
Christina,
Yes, sir.
on the flow chart, and just for clarification, so I understand,
Yes, sir.
it says that the code enforcement officers will assist with building inspections,
Yes, sir.
but then when you go down to the animal control officers, it says they will assist with code enforcement. Am I understanding that potentially the animal control officers then could assist in building inspections?
No, sir. Code assists with building, animal assists with code.
Yeah, but then,
If they have free time, code enforcement officers in the county are listed as field inspectors, and field inspectors go out and assist with building codes. An animal control officer only enforces the animal control ordinance at this point in time, but they assist in site verification before we send out code enforcement, burn, solid waste, things that they come across in the general vicinity while they're patrolling. They can take pictures and help code enforcement out with time management.
okay, and that's all included in your rework of the ordinances then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So they actually would not be, they would not be qualified to write citations, they would just be visual,
Assistance. Yes, sir. Then they would be qualified to issue citations under the animal control ordinance.
yes,
But not the county code, no, sir. Yes, they wouldn't. A lot of our time is spent with code enforcement and building inspection, just getting eyes on site. So if we've got people in the field that are working with us out of the same department, snap a few pictures if you have a question. If we have a burning trash call and you're in the area before I send somebody out to verify it, they can come by. I just wanted to make sure it was clear, especially with us going out for interviews with different staff, that when they come on, they'll understand they're doing animal control, but they're also the eyes and ears of code enforcement.
I think the other key topic to that is the fact that animal control, while you will have 2 full-time employees, we don't always have animal control all day long, every day. We will have the staff for it, but there's nothing for them to do. He's letting them double over to help them with a trash site or a dump site or a tire dump site. They can run and look at it. It's always trying to say, I think, is just utilizing time.
Yes, sir.
Christopher, I will say, it needs to be noted by the public that when we take this into effect, January 1, 2024, if you have animals and you don't keep your animals up, it's going to get very, very expensive on you in a hurry as an animal owner.
Yes, sir.
I've got one running around Danielville, it's got a collar and a tag, but the name, you can't read the name.
Yes, sir.
Don't know where it goes every night. 2 Great Pyramids that we get calls on every single week. They belong to Madison County, but we don't know that they got an owner. They don't bother nobody. They're very healthy as a horse.
Yeah.
But we get calls constantly. Facebook, who does these belong to? Nobody.
If you
Don't
gotta try
bother
to
nobody.
catch them,
Let them
they'll
go.
come like a horse.
Don't feed them and they'll keep on walking. So anyway, I just want to let everybody know that when this goes into effect, these prices are going to be expensive, so they're going to go ahead and
Yes, sir.
get you a runner, not a chain.
Yes, sir.
so this will be voted at the next meeting.
Yes.
You review this.
And we'll, I'll consolidate it down so you can see it's just the amendments
Couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Where it talks about, page 6, paragraph D3, and then you go straight into E.
Mhm.
3 talks about after so many days,
Mhm.
we can move into euthanizing and all.
Yes, sir.
E is court ordered. Those are two different things.
Two very separate things.
That's what I'm trying to make. To euthanize one, we do not have to take it to court if we're under that other provisions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just trying, they're just right beside each other, so.
Yes, sir. With a court-ordered euthanasia, we see more with vicious animal, where the dog needs to be destroyed, or animal in general. And there's no sense in wasting that amount of time if they did 3 children or
Right, no.
what have you.
Okay, I'm just
Or
trying
if
to
they
make
come
sure.
down with rabies, then we can follow under that as well.
And the penalties under section 1019,
Yes, sir.
181.25, I mean, is that,
That includes all court costs, first-time offense, if they're able to fix it prior to court. It's an early court payout. We use that number as our base number across the departments, both building and code enforcement. And that's what the magistrate court's comfortable with. And then in Madison County, we max at $1,000 fine. Unfortunately, with our fee structure, the way it's set up with our court costs, it comes out to $995. Wondering where I pulled those numbers from.
and just, as long as you're comfortable, they're just very specific, 362.50 and 181.25, so I
Yes,
just.
sir. That takes in all of our court costs for the foreseeable.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
One other question, just, I don't know if you'll discuss this now, or.
Yes, sir.
Or, it specifically says dog in a lot of places, so
Mhm.
are we limiting ourselves to that in this ordinance? Does it need to, where it says dog, does it need to say animal?
That is a question that is ongoing across the country, in all honesty at the moment. If you move to animal, then you just don't take in, say, cats, chinchillas, flying squirrels, et cetera. You're also taking in wildlife and you're taking in livestock as well. And how our ordinance reads at this point in time, livestock falls underneath code enforcement in the system with the sheriff's department. Wildlife can get very expensive and hard for the county to maintain. So at this point, by limiting us to just canines, with starting back up, it keeps our initial cost of starting everything up very low in the training we have to go to. Myself and Officer Hendricks are in our second animal control course right now. And it's funny you say that because that was our discussion for today.
But by the ordinance saying that, does that, if there's an issue with a different species, does that,
It does limit
it
it.
limit it?
It does. That was a discussion at some point in the evolution. I can't remember if it was the original adoption or an amendment later, but there was, at one point, a version that included cats, and there was discussion that the county just didn't have the resources to address that, so it was changed to dogs only.
And then some counties constitute a wildlife program as well, separate. They're much larger than us, with a lot larger tax base, but they do have specifically trained people just for wildlife. But now the rabies clause that comes in with the ordinance, if any person or animal is bit, animal control will still have to follow up with rabies clause.
That'd be my concern, that wording doesn't limit us to ties to that one species, if there's another issue.
Yes, sir.
Well, if there's an issue like rabies that state law controls, it doesn't limit us, but as far as, animal off property and that sort of stuff, we're only looking at dogs.
And then there's some things in the state of Georgia that DNR have authority over right up until the point they enter your home. And with a further ongoing conversation coming out of the kennel moratorium, et cetera, that would be something we look at during the rewrite, what are going to be the responsibilities of the homeowner, and making sure that a possum, I'm trying to choose random animals, but a possum can't make it into their kitchen and burrow up in their walls. That's the responsibility of the homeowner. Is it now animal control's policy to go into a home, start knocking through walls and dragging possums out. That's the reason I kept it at canines.
We got wildlife removal services.
So if your neighbor's cat is coming in your yard, do not call Christopher.
No. We already have a lot of random, I mean, y'all wouldn't believe some of the calls we get. And I just want to make it real clear, when he said those fees, like Derek was just speaking about, the reason those fees are so expensive is this, just to run this department is going to be upwards of $150,000. By the time you employ, put automobiles under them, insurance them, if you get a $1,000 dog fine because your dog's running around loose, don't be surprised. I got to pay for it somehow. All right. So, thank you.
Yes,
But,
yes, sir.
consider a camper permit extension for Kelly Jacobs.
I spoke to Ms. Jacobs. Ms. Jacobs is not here. She come out of office today and then called this afternoon. She's had some family emergencies that she was not planned to have to handle today with her elderly parent. Which Eddie is here to update you guys. And I do have a picture that Eddie sent me of the current construction of his home.
That's the lady I spoke with earlier about lunchtime, something like that. She said they would be done within a 6-month extension.
Yeah, she told me and Eddie both that she thought 3 months. But we had also talked about just doing 6 months just with the weather and the holiday season and that
Plenty of
time.
time. They are doing this out of pocket, and I think they had some issues previously that slowed down their progress, but, they just had a rough end, so they're up to that point.
No citation, no issues.
No issues, Eddie said, Jenny.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Jacobs. They live right around the corner with me, and I think 6 months would be appropriate for this. That way, we won't have to revisit this in 3 months.
Commissioner Adam, do you want to make that in form of a motion?
Yes, I do. I make a motion that we issue them a 6-month extension for camper use, while they build their home,
Thank you, sir. Do I have
or
a second?
complete their home.
All right, I have a second by Commissioner, May. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Discuss the 2024 beer and wine license applications.
This is for y'all to review. There's still, you can see in the chart, a few things that are needed that are highlighted in blue, red, green, and pink, or purple, which purple can come after the license are approved. That's their fees. The ALP confirmation is the new alcohol online licensing portal. The sheriff's letter received, that's for the background check, only missing one. And the publisher's affidavit will come in the next week. We'll get the rest of those. So this is just for the board to review. We did have some applications this year that have not even started their process, so they're not even on the list. That's just one restaurant. But
Thank you. And if y'all recall, 2023, the state changed the application procedures. Now, half the application is done here, the other half is done online through the state. A lot of these people still are confused from last year, so it's probably going to be a minute. With that being said, item number 12 has been postponed at this time. Or do I need a motion to postpone that?
No, sir, it was a discuss anyway.
Yeah, it was just to discuss, okay. Item number 13, discuss appointing the 2024 vice chair of the Board of Commissioners.
The vice chair be Commissioner Doster. Again.
Second.
Pretty good.
So I have a motion
Well,
for,
we could select Denny since he's not here.
yeah, anyone that ain't here is want to get selected for that.
for vice chair.
All right, so I have a motion
We
for
all can
Commissioner
see.
Doster. I think Commissioner Kirk second that, Dennis, unless you got any other opinion. Okay.
Apparently not.
All right. Then it's, You good?
Yeah.
All right. You got it, whether you like it or not.
Well, vote yea or nay.
Whether you got it, you already got voted, yeah.
That train coming down the track.
There you go. All right.
You've done it.
Consider appointing Ms. Vanessa Hicks as the chairman's appointee, my appointee to the Rec Department Board. Ms. Hicks, I know you're here tonight. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Hicks? If not, I'm gonna tell you to good luck. Thank you very much for your willingness.
The psychiatrist lately.
She lives with me, she goes all the time.
All right. But now that I said that, was you a part of this weekend at all? In case anybody didn't know, we hosted the state soccer tournament in Madison County, and there was thousands of people at our rec department from 8 a.m. until, I think, 11 at night, all day. Insane.
So I had a sick child this weekend, so I was not physically there, but I did do all the shirts, actually, for all the all-star players and coaches and parents who wanted them, and was there for moral support, showing my FaceTiming of some septic issues late Saturday night, but.
On behalf of me, thank you very much, because you are my appointee over there. I know you'll do a great job. If not, then you could straighten her out.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's like trying to push a rock up the hill.
Yeah, there you go. All right. But anyway, if anybody has any questions, now's the time.
Thank you for all you said.
Thank you.
Thick skin. Thick skin.
We need
Yes, we need
a motion, just to clarify, this is just to appoint her to the board. Once she's appointed, the rec board will nominate their chairman.
That's right.
I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
In regards to Vanessa, I think she would be an excellent addition to the recreation board. I will have to abstain from voting because her husband is one of my employees.
Okay. Thank you, Denny.
It was fixing to go downhill. I'm glad you passed that. All right, no, I'm just kidding.
For like 18 years.
Oh, really?
Alabama issue.
Okay. All right, so we do need a vote on this, Christina?
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen, we'll entertain a motion. I'm assuming, Mr. Adam, oh, you can't, never mind.
Yep.
Move that this nomination be approved.
Motion by Commissioner Chandler, second by Commissioner May. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, I lost count. I think it's on Derek.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Welcome aboard. Thick skin. Thick skin. Consider reappointing Mark Byrd as the District 2 representative for the Recreation Advisory Board.
I move that Mr. Byrd be reappointed to serve District 2 as representative on the rec board.
All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Chandler. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kirk. We got a delay in time. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none.
Denny, from you.
Dennis, on you, buddy.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, consider reappointing Canola Scott as chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Your term is up now, in December. All right.
Be the same thing, that's, you know, appointing as chairman, it's your nomination.
Yeah, it's be my nomination.
And then they'll, I guess y'all can put it on your December 18th meeting for y'all to,
We've got it on tomorrow's night.
We'll do it tomorrow.
oh, tomorrow, okay.
Yeah, because they have to do it in December. All right. That is my nomination, Mr. Canola Scott as chairman of the Planning and Zoning Committee. Reappointment, I'm sorry. I know there's some consideration, but we're not there yet, I don't think. Nobody's ready, so we really don't have a choice. We gotta move forward.
So the chairman will need a motion from one of y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Motion. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Reappoint
I missed it, I'm sorry. Motion by Commissioner Kirk. Second. Have a second by Commissioner May. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, now it's on Dennis.
Denny, it's on you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you for what you do, sir. Consider reappointing Lee Mitchell as District 2 representative of the Planning and Zoning Commission. I think this will be District 2's.
Thank Mr. Mitchell for his service. He has agreed to re-up, so I recommend that Mr. Mitchell be reappointed for the District 2 representative on planning and zoning.
All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Chandler. Do I have a second?
Second, I'll do it again.
I just wait on the roll.
Nobody else moves, I'll do it.
Ready?
I have a second by Commissioner Kirk. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Terry's on this.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's your boss.
I know.
Great, this is very successful.
It is. I mean, it's a work session. We're supposed to be lighthearted, and I'm glad we're able to do that. Urgent matters, and for some reason, it's not urgent, but I thought we had one we talked about the other day. I can bring it up under urgent matters, and I don't know what it was, so. Anybody have any urgent matters? Hearing none, executive session, discuss real estate acquisition, personal matters, potential litigations.
No, sir.
Commissioner Doster.
Move adjourned.
Thank you, sir. Dennis, have fun at Disney World, my friend.
Will do.
Enjoy your trip, take all your pictures, eat lots of food.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir, he did. Yes, sir, you did.
Well, you would have to put the post office.
Hey, thank y'all for a great meeting.
Yeah.
You're gonna cover it. I'm gonna call you, sir.
It's been a long time since we had a good
You can use this as something fine. That way I have all the files and everything.
Have a little group.
Isn't that right?
Group thing.
I mean, that's right.
I'm always.
Forgiveness is easier than.
I think she'll be really
Okay.